Hey, I'm back today, part three. Very looking forward to this with Miriam, Star Connections. Miriam.
Hi, hello everyone. Uh, so this was very nice to make another part three, and I'm just gonna recap a little bit from last week, and yeah, I also made a mistake because I used Google Translate, but we'll get to that. Okay, let's see,
You've
and
even been doing more
there
work
we
for it,
go.
haven't you?
Sorry.
You've even done more work on it.
Well, I just added a few more slides to it, and I made Old Amsterdam, West Friesland part 3, because Amsterdam used to be part of West Friesland. It was quite a large um, part, actually half of the whole, half of Holland. But yeah, can you see the screen sharing?
I can. It could be a little bit bigger though.
Okay, now it's full screen.
That's it. That's perfect.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go back a little bit to here. The first stone was laid because I found another old photograph of this one.
Wow.
The basilic, the St. Nicholas Church. So first stone laid in 1885, and it was finished in 1887. Right? So they did only 2 days, 2 years of work on this. And I showed last time all the inside.
They were magicians, weren't they, Miriam?
They were absolutely, it's amazing, just absolutely fabulous. So now I found this one. This is a photograph of
Wow.
1904, and I zoomed in a little bit, and you can see here that these windows are blocked. So why would you build something in 2 years and block the window? So that I thought that was quite an odd thing. Okay, I put that in there. And then I go back to these ones. I said last time there were warehouses. That is what Google was giving me. Um, in Dutch we call them pakhuizen, and they're actually storehouses. It's where all the acquired goods or stolen goods from all the colonies were stored, from silk to opium to um, spices, you name it, anything that was taken, that was acquired with all these ships. And oh, I just found this photo. I love these wagons, these old wagons. Two of my children were born in one of those.
Wow.
Yeah, they're old, the old gypsy wagons. I love it. I wish I was still living in it. But anyway, as you saw the last time, the beams of them, they were just massive, massive old big trees. Um,
Look like
and
they're coming out the roofs anyway.
they're what?
The beams at the top in
Yeah,
that there. Yeah.
yeah. They need to be, and also all the other houses, not only the storehouses. They have that, but all houses have that massive
Mm,
big beams because it's to pull up your goods upstairs, your
right.
furniture, whatever, and here to um, yeah, you put on a control, is it called, a round thing with a rope, and then you pull the stuff up. So this is what they make of it now. They're all now modern yuppie houses. And you can see they're scattered all over Amsterdam. There's plenty, so many of them, really a lot. They're everywhere. This is also
So
one of the,
obviously Amsterdam was just a big port.
yeah, basically it was. And this one reminded me of the Dutch cocaine factory.
Wow.
I don't know if you've known, but we've had a cocaine factory in Amsterdam. In the 19th century and uh, early 20th century. Um, this is They said that the Netherlands a cocaine factory about 1900, but I think it was much bigger. We got a few photographs of that. And you know, the thing is, they got the plant from Peru. And because in Indonesia, the colonies were there and the ground was excellent to grow. So mainly the Dutch cocaine was grown in Indonesia. And yeah, so we had these are all the old chemist pots, the opium. So all these trades, the drugs in hashish, morphine, and they even had arsenic. So all the spices, all the drugs, and all the herbs, everything. Holland is a port and still is. They actually would like to make a whole only highways of Holland. It looks like it already now. You know, if you see Rotterdam, the harbor, and then it's just transporting everything through the rest of Europe. And it's just, yeah, hardly any ground left. So this is one of the few photos left of the Dutch cocaine factory.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was widely used in the Second World War. I don't know how many soldiers died in the First World War, but they were all high on cocaine. They found records of them
Wow.
given. And yeah, I thought here you can see.
Yeah, do you know what? I know this might go against what a lot of people think, but we were bombing ourselves and they were bombing themselves to destroy all the infrastructure.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just a whole, you know, get rid of people looks like it, you know. But here these eyes, they really look like the eyes of our previous Minister of Health.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, he's clearly similar eyes. Anyway, so yeah, it's drugs and Holland is a big thing. Yeah, you have even they were distributing it to England, to Germany, France. We were the big suppliers, and you can see here registered 1885. So that they say the cocaine factory was only from the 1900 something, but if the toothpaste with cocaine was already registered in 1885, it must have been there already before.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice, huh? Put kids there. Oh, you eat your sugar, and if when you get pain here, you use your cocaine toothpaste. Lovely.
Wow.
Only 15 cents. Well, that's our history, you know. And here, the Royal Dutch Cocaine Factory, lovely. Yeah, it's all over the place. There's such, I don't know what you would call them, but anyway, yeah, they would go with all the ships, pick up all the goods, and then have parties down here, I guess. Okay, there we have the creepy dude again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's I found some more photos as well from the World exhibition.
Look at all
The
that
World
mud and
Fair.
that in the front.
Yeah, I showed this photo as well the last time because it was also the Pierre Kuiper's office that was part of building this one and also being part of the exhibition, of course. But as you can see, it was built and it's an old photo, but this looks like not clean. I don't know. It's like not really new stones.
Yeah, it looks old.
Yeah, it's not. The whole history is totally different.
It's not just been built, has it?
Yeah, no, it was there before. And you can, this photo I showed, and I have another photo that I found where it was done. And you can see the Rijksmuseum is at the other side. So everything, this building,
It's enormous, isn't it?
yeah, it is massive. Look how small the people are here. Here, look at them. How small,
Mm.
how tall these poles are. But this was all built within like 20 years time or something. All the big buildings, this one in a couple of years, the concert building in a couple of years, the central station in a couple of years, everything was built in a couple of years. Well, I was thinking, well, if they had this cocaine factory, maybe they were all on coke and they were just non-stop working. That's another theory, possible. I don't know. I don't think so, but anyway, I thought it was quite a bit funny.
Well, I think the Normandy thing, you know, with the crisscross ceilings, that's Normans, and that was about the 11th century. So these buildings are obviously a lot older. You know, they come
Yeah,
from thousands of years ago
yeah.
then.
It looks like it. Looks like it, and especially when we detect a lot of the buildings also have an I or a J instead of a one in front of their 1600 something. It's very obvious. Well, this was the entrance port, and it looks also like a vanilla sky, as if it has been something has been wiped out. Something was behind there. I don't know what, but yeah, this is not there anymore. I don't know if they put this up temporarily or if this was an old building that was already there and they made it the entrance. So it says you're welcome. That is the entrance of the World Fair, the World Exhibition.
So where's the rest of it?
Exactly, I have no idea. I couldn't find more photos of the exhibition, so it's not really much there. Okay, so this is where we left last time. The palace on the dam. Okay, that was built in 1648.
Look at the steeple. Look how tall it is.
Huh?
The steeple, how tall it is.
Yeah, it is. It's very tall. It's a very big building, and this is broken down. I don't know. I think this was the municipality for some time. The palace used to be actually a town hall before it became a palace. So yeah, it was originally a town hall until 1808. I don't know if it's a flutter, but I do know that it has, how you say, cellars, going deep down under the ground.
Yeah, we're noticing now that everything has things under the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. More and more.
And how could they have done all that with horses and carts?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then
I mean, Mark, listen to this.
oh,
Mark went
yeah,
to
very
a
primitive,
starport
huh?
in America
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, and basically they used 21 million bricks.
wow. Yeah, I think I heard that. I think I saw that episode you showed. And then how could they bake those bricks in a short time? Where was it manufactured? Where did they come from? It's very strange.
And most of them are numbered, so it's basically like you get a kit.
Wow. Even that. Yeah. It's so many questions on our history.
But they weren't in futuristic stuff. These buildings aren't futuristic like. They still look old, don't they?
Yeah, this is old. And I think it is much older than what they actually say it is.
So I just wonder what they'd be transporting it in.
Yeah. Yeah, how do they get that when they were primitive and we actually were living
You
in
could
huts
say
and
the Zeppelins or heat balloons, you know, or little sort of spaceship like ships in the sky, but they'd only be able to carry so much, and then you'd have hundreds of them turning up.
no, there must have been absolutely giants. There must have been. And I know there have been. Then, due to a flaw, we got our first Dutch monarch. And that was the little brother of Bonaparte, Napoleon.
So only back then, in the 1800s?
Yeah, yes. Before we did not have any king. He was only king for four years.
I've changed my mind about him. It was by accident. Came across the fact that when he sort of came to England, when he was sort of surrendering, he went on shore and the people gave him red carnations. You know, colours and symbols, they all mean everything. You look up, red means that they adored him or loved him. And you're thinking, why? And then I found out more history that everybody was joining him and that maybe he was actually, he was the goodie rather than the baddie. But he was a Roman emperor.
You mean his brother, the brother of Lodewijk?
Napoleon was
Napoleon, yeah, the main dude, yes, yeah.
It's all a bit bizarre, but my whole feeling about Napoleon has changed now. But then he got sent to St Helena to his last so many years.
It's very difficult to I have no idea, because I've also heard these things, and you know, you see documentaries and then it makes sense and you think, yeah, sounds like he was a good one, but I don't know. I think it's all very dodgy. And also,
why would people here give him a red carnation? But the thing is, most people don't realise that this Roman Empire thingy, Egyptian thing that's been happening, it's been going on for many, many years. And so, yeah, he was part of that. But maybe he was trying to break away from the Rothschilds or whatever it was.
Maybe. But, you know, if you look at this, all the medals, he's also part of the club. You know,
I suppose once they go there, they can tell you what they like about them. You know, like found out Hitler was a Roman emperor. I don't know how he got to be the baddie, but he was one as well. So they change whatever they want.
Yeah, and if you start digging into the Rosicrucians and the Templars, and it goes way back to the 12th to 13th century, and how they established Switzerland and what is happening there now, it's actually disgusting as well, you know. And then they say Switzerland is neutral, and it's like, really? That's
well, what about this one then? This is just stop for 2 seconds. I put a video out the other day because now supposedly history is saying that Putin is the one that's gone into Ukraine. But in February, he said that obviously you're being invaded, so just you've got to look after yourselves. So he was already stating that they were already invaded and it was not him. And then Biden hates him and says what an evil man he is. So who is he protecting? What, the Nazi ones?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Do you see what I mean? Like, what is really going on here?
It's a whole dodgy scenario, completely. Yeah. It's
so they
not
can do what they want, change what they want.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's carry on. Carry on, Miriam.
Okay, we have Atlas on the roof. Atlas is outside and he's inside. We always learn Atlas is carrying the world, but actually he's carrying the universe or something, the stars, something like that. So this is inside the palace. It's all marble. It's massive. I've never been inside. I always get a very creepy kind of feeling, but I should go inside. I opened it now for public, so I should go and make some photographs. And they have quite a lot of weird artworks in there.
I know, amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a town hall before it became a palace. And these ones, oh look here, now I see that only the head of Medusa is there, and the roof. Oh, and there Fasces is also on there. But I find these ones really fascinating. I mean, I get such a sad feeling when I see them. They must be so big. They almost look like real giants that are just being stoned. Not stoned to death, but stoned, turned into stone. I don't know, it's quite...
Medusa is one of the first star sets that comes up at night.
Okay, Medusa, I didn't know that. That's interesting. And I think this looks like...
It's really weird how their heads are set like that, isn't it?
They're what? Sorry?
It's really weird in the picture you've got up that how their heads are set into
Yeah,
the like they're a column.
yeah, it's sad. Huh? It looks horrible. It looks really like they're punished for eternity or something. And here's a skull in there. I really need to get into this palace and make photos. This looks like the story of Simon and the baby that gets chopped in half. I don't know,
Right.
it's quite macabre images. Yeah, I find it very sad. And it has very strange artworks inside. And,
I mean, we're coming to the conclusion that maybe some of this stuff was cast. You know, what you think looks, it obviously made it. And so, like I said, it's like the little Lego set with the bricks numbered, the cast bits. But, you know, like the attention to detail that they had.
yeah, but the statues, they're so lifelike. I'm just thinking about the Buddha statue, a monarch statue that they have x-rayed and there is a living person inside.
Yeah.
There's so much we have no clue about. It's just, we're just finding all these things and we have no idea.
Yeah, with the
This is
brick wall.
this is the floor in the palace. These are the stars. I guess, oh, this is the world. I'm not sure. I couldn't really find good photographs. That's what I say. I need to go in there and check it myself. Yeah, this is the stars and the compass in there, of course. They need to mark them themselves, who are part of it. It's very interesting. I see here Venus and Scorpio, Mars and Sagittarius. So yeah, something astrological is in there.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. This is a better image of the floor. The compass here, but you can't really see the details. So this is the zodiac ring, this one. Very nice, but I think it's very old. Much older than they say. Okay, let me get to the Palace of Volksvliet. This was the they say
What a
it was
beautiful building.
very beautiful. It was inspired by the Crystal Palace in England.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was also, I don't know why it is called Volksvliet, because Volksvliet means,
Very strange on all the old buildings. They had all this sort of statues and things on the top.
yeah, here, and then all these aerials. It's beautiful, huh?
It looks almost like an engine.
Yeah, and the balance of it, the
The
harmony.
size of it.
Yeah, yeah, it's massive, and you can see
Yeah, what we
here.
do is we can just throw one of those up. It won't take long.
No, that is just let me see. The construction finished in 1864. I'll go one slide back. It was, or they started in 59, and it was finished in 64. So 5 years. Oh, easy. Huh? At the same time that all the other buildings were constructed. Right, yes, yes. Enough manpower, you know, they were just all going on it, probably all on coke, just carrying on. Yeah, no sleep. Yeah, and here it looks also like it's like it should have been taller somehow. If the water level was lower, then what is below here? We can't go there anymore. It's not there anymore. All these houses also
Oh, they
all
knocked that
gone.
one down, did they? That beautiful building, and they managed to just knock it. Oh, right, knock that down.
Yeah. Well, it burned. Glass and steel, it burned.
It
And look at
burned.
that. Yes, it burned. in 1929 it burned.
That's what happened to Crystal Palace.
Also burnt, glass and
Mm.
steel, just burnt. Yeah, convenient. Look at that. They put up this was in 1869, so look at the massive amount of trees. I mean, okay, it's a drawing, but it was part of the exhibition. All the plants that they were taking from all the different colonies, of course. South America, Indonesia, I don't know, South Africa, all the tropical plants. But big, look at how small the people are compared to how tall the plants are. I mean, that must have been something. You had to walk in there and look how high the sides are.
All these buildings, right, in these exhibitions, they've been used as exhibitions, but they were obviously was something else, and they've all been knocked down.
Yeah. Yeah. In case people like us find out the truth. I guess. Can't have that.
No.
So beautiful. What a loss, what a world we have lost, really. You can see here, why are these windows down? Is it for airing the floor? Below the floor?
Yeah.
Very weird. Don't know. Maybe store places. But look at that, how big. Of course, the English flag is in there as well. But this is inside the Dutch exhibition palace. I mean, it's massive, it's so high. Just build it in 5 years' time, and then
Glass.
Glass, glass and steel. Not many photographs. Is here again
Do
another.
you think that was a train station?
No, it looks like it. The train station, the central station looks like a little bit like that, but no, not for the place where it was, because it was close to the city wall, and I don't think there was a train station. If you have like the outer ring, you remember the outer ring of the city wall, then the
No.
train station is here. If you see the mouse, and then the train goes here, and then the city wall would go like that. Oh, sorry, I clicked. Anyway, these are some of the photographs of the dudes that were in charge of the exhibition place. I thought they were sitting quite awkward with their hands inside. The one with the left hand and the other one with the right hand. He looks a
And
little
one
bit
on
like
the far right looks a bit weird. He's not even looking.
this one.
No, the one on the other side, right on the other side.
This one. He's sitting.
Yeah, the one that's got light coloured trousers on him. Look, he's not even looking.
Yeah, no, they're all very weird looking dudes. There were quite a lot of photographs, but I only found 2 that I thought they were quite funny, because here also the hat. Magician's hats. There were magicians. Yes.
They don't look like they built that building, did they? Do they?
No, 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 no. They wished. And then here you have another one. This guy is putting his fingers, only his fingers, sort of awkwardly inside his coat, and this one is pointing to him. Look, yeah, it's this dude. So I thought this was such a weird photo. Yeah.
And they look quite old, don't they? Like Abraham Lincoln or something.
They look like that. They have a little bit that style, hairstyle, beard style, all this fluffy stuff on the side. But yeah, no, very weird looking dudes. Anyway. This I found also very strange. It looks like these people are ghosts, or they're like shadows, as if they're not really in there. You see that? It's like really weird. But how big is this thing? Why does it need to be that big? And there, people up there. I mean, this place is huge.
Mm.
massive. And then, yeah, here you can see the flooring. I don't know, that looks like a coffee house because they're
It
having
doesn't look
coffee.
very nice out the front there, does it?
The front of this one.
Yeah, what's happening?
But
What, they've
here,
just built
it's
that?
rubble. It's all rubble in front. Very strange. I don't know, it looks like
It's
not
already abandoned.
something like that, yeah. And they only put up a coffee house here. Let me see, what is that? Sonnefunk? I've no idea where
What's
that
the
is.
thing on the left then, Miriam, in the ground?
This, I think it's a fountain, but it looks like overgrown.
Right.
So it's just puzzling. Like what's going on here? So,
Mm.
and then here you can see how tall the gallery was. Tall windows, beautiful cast eye, and I took a photograph of it a little bit
Yeah,
close.
amazing, lovely.
Yeah, there are little kids. There's a kid that playing hide and seek. Must be amazing to play around there. And then here you can see it's like griffins with his fishtail wings or dragons. I don't know. It's beautiful. And lamps. I don't know if it's electricity or gas lamps, but they have light.
Mm.
And then,
There's a little light bulb
yeah,
up there. I think they've got light bulbs. Yeah.
it really was, how you say that, really talling above everything out. It's very tall, very big
Mm.
building, very big. Here you can see,
Word.
yeah. This must have been the fountain we just saw. So it looked really odd. Why would they let it overgrown? It's like they weren't finished with cleaning it up or something. Very strange.
Mm. How gridded everything is.
How what?
It's all in all the houses and everything. It's all in grids.
Yeah, very straight. Most of these ones are not there anymore. This is the Amstel.
Oh, it's such a shame.
Uh, this Frederiksplein. Oh, you must see what is there now. It's just horrible. And they had, it must have been something, hey, to go with an air balloon. And look at
Mm.
that. Look at this building. You said the other day that looked like as if that is for Zeppelins, but maybe that's also to get off with your balloon.
Yeah,
Okay.
he looks a bit close to the buildings, doesn't he? And then they got the Mandela sky.
Yeah, the vanilla sky.
Vanilla sky.
Vanilla sky, yeah. No cloud in the sky, nothing. Oh, and this is the architect of it, Cornelis Oudshoorn. And very interesting because this guy, he had no schooling. He had only primary school. He also was part of the Rijksmuseum. He did also the drawings for that, so he has also a medal. But can you imagine? He's the architect of it, of the palace, the Crystal Palace, and here it went up in flames. Maybe because he was only had only primary school education. He did something wrong and it got up in flames. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, this was April.
Oh, just like the Notre Dame. That went up in flames, didn't it?
Well, it only partly went up in flames, didn't it? Not completely, but yeah, it burned down completely. And I think this is the Amstel Hotel. I'm not sure. I think it is. We'll get closer to that because that is the same architect with his primary school education was able to draw this.
Mm.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It's really, so it went down fire in 1929, April 1929. And yeah, it just burned. Glass and steel. Absolutely fascinating.
Good for fires, that is.
Massive fire, huh? Yeah, gone. Bye bye, beauty. Yeah, very sad. Now we have this in place. Well, it's also glass and steel.
Oh my goodness, that's
This
horrible.
is the Dutch bank. Yeah, yeah. That's what is standing there in place. And here were beautiful houses. I went on to school here. It was my primary school. This is a new building. And I remember the buildings that were here. It was really, really exciting to go in there. You know, there were no one was living in there anymore. There were beautiful buildings, but like the staircases were quite dangerous because it had woodworm in it and whatever. And I remember when this got opened, they used us kids to walk around this 3 times. And I felt like this is not right. I was in a nursery class, so I must have been like 5 or 6 or something.
Can I ask you something? Was that canal there with the original building, or have they put that
This one,
canal bit in?
this one they built in. Yeah, this one they built in. Because this is where the fountain was. But
Right.
this, the Dutch, this is the Dutch bank. They say this is where all the gold lays, deep down under the ground, and they have a water lock. So if you try to steal, you will drown, something like that.
Do you know what? We've kind of worked out that the only reason that you have to get planning permission and all that is that they just need to know that your house isn't sitting on top of something else. You know, they can do what they like. They can knock down all those beautiful buildings, but if you want to do anything on your house, you have to get permission.
Yeah. Yeah, they're psychopaths. They're empowered. It's just like, what, you know, I don't know. It's just, we're living in such a weird world. It's very sad. Yeah. But yeah, this is what we have in place now. Ugh. And I really felt, you know, felt not right that we were used.
So when was that built then? When was that building built?
I don't know, but it was in the early 60s, somewhere, or mid 60s. It was taken in use. Not sure what date, what year, but somewhere there. Maybe 64, 65, somewhere there. Yeah. Yep. Very sad. Okay, so this is the Amstel Building, which the same architect was able to draw. Look at that, it's an absolute flutter. Also, this also the same architect, Cornelis Oudhoorn, who did the only primary school. He did only primary school, and he's able to be an architect of a building like this. The Amstel Hotel.
He didn't make that building, did he?
No, he drew it. He's the architect. But you know, to be an architect, you need to study not only just primary school.
I wonder if you could find the plans to what he really drew, because those windows are halfway under the pavement or the ground.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with architects' drawings, the possibility is that we're just drawing them of the existing building. Because if you find drawings from architects, it does not mean that they really drew them, that they were the, I say the original drawers. You know, maybe they were just making the measurements and then put it onto paper and said, yeah, I'm the architect.
But that doesn't, the windows are different, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, and this is so strange. Below ground level. It's very weird, very strange. And this is the uh, how you say, the founder. He was also the founder of the glass palace, or the Paleis voor Volksvlijt, the one that burned down. And he founded many buildings, but he was a chemist and a philanthropist. So, you know, now we know a philanthropist has, I'm not so sure about being a philanthropist, if that's such a good thing. And chemist, Dr. Samuel Sarfati, chemist, I think he was more of a drugs dealer. You know, if you see what they were all bringing in. I mean, where did he get all the money from to build that hotel, build the palace, and many more? Look at, he paid for it, right, as a doctor. I mean, that's quite something. Yeah.
You have to chuckle, but it's not really funny.
No, it's yeah, no, it is funny actually. It's, yeah, but it isn't. Yeah, it's just
Wow, just become a doctor and you can get one of them.
yeah, you can get anything you want. Oh God, this
And
hotel
that building's probably built onto the side of the water as well.
as well in the water, because here the Amstel goes, I think around here is like 10 meters deep. There's certain parts where the Amstel goes that deep. So how deep are the foundations of the Amstel Hotel? Any rock star or movie star or any other person
You
that
know, I
wants to
think
be in the
sometimes,
limelight, they
Miriam,
always stay here in the Amstel Hotel.
I sometimes feel when we watch this, there's no way they built the canal and then the hotel. The hotel was built and the canal was built on afterwards.
It looks like it, huh? How it's with a lot of houses in Amsterdam. I was questioning that already as a kid. How do they build these houses in the water? How do they do that? Okay, a lot have been built on top of poles, you know, a lot of wooden poles, because it is to make the ground solid so they can build something on it. But it looks like it is absolutely the other way around. So yeah, more questions.
Wow.
And this is another
Oh
gem
my
that doesn't
goodness.
exist anymore. That has, okay, this was built, this was the
When you
panorama.
look at that, do you think it looks a little bit Middle Eastern?
Yeah, as well. And I think there was a lot of Middle Eastern influences as well in a lot of old buildings. This was the panorama building. So they had some exhibition going around in it. And it stood only
Oh my
for,
goodness, I know what that is.
yeah,
It's a cyclorama.
something like that, yeah. And of course, you know, I've seen that before. And someone was commenting on one of the other channels, like the usual card with in front. I think it was John Levy. You know, they always put like a card in front of a building like that. Like, yeah, these were the builders of it, something like that. Yeah. So this only stood for a short time. It was, let me see, it was, I think I put it down there.
Oh, is that gone as well then?
Yeah, demolished in 1935, and it was built,
Oh,
as they say, in 87, so that is 3, and so only 38 years. Only for
wow.
38 years. Can you believe that? I don't.
No.
I don't believe this for a bit. It looks like there's someone standing here. But no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think it was that big.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well,
spray.
you never know in these pictures, do you?
No, exactly. You really don't know. But yeah, it's such a pity. Such a
Is
pity.
that word on the wall? Is that in the wall, or is? Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, in the back, huh? Yeah, something. But I don't know what the harem.
What a harem?
Yeah, the harem. The harem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It was the harem in Amsterdam. All right. Yeah, only 38 years.
Wow.
Mm.
It's disgraceful, isn't
Well,
it?
it looks older than 38 years to me, but yeah, it makes sense to build some beauty like this and then break it down after 38 years. Absolutely makes sense. It's yeah, quite sad, but it's gone. Oh, yeah, fun. These are only the only photos there are there from it. Okay, now we have the Blue Bridge. The Blue Bridge has quite some interesting history as well. This is the old one. We have only a painting of that. Then the earliest photograph is this, which looks like the Magerbrug, but it isn't. Magerbrug is a little bit more to the right. This is definitely the place where the new Blue Bridge is now, because we have the Moses and Aaron Church here. You can see that. This is all broken down. This is now the Blue Bridge as it is. Let me just go a little bit quick through it. Yeah, you can see it's built. My grandfather was a stone hower. He made stones for the bridge, and my great-grandfather as well. So I know they built that. All these buildings are gone.
Oh.
Oh, I remember this house. I used to play here a lot when I was a kid. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of history here in this with this bridge. Okay,
Lovely buildings. There was nothing wrong with them, and they destroyed
no,
them.
just destroy it. And yeah, this bridge is not that old. It might be 150 years now, something like that, I guess. And here's Carré. That used to be the Circus Theater. It's now just normal theater. The stables, they did something to the stables, so they can't have animals there anymore, and that's not allowed either anymore. Having animals in the circus somehow. You see here the stone. They were stonemasons. They were from my mom's side. They were gypsies from Central Asia. They made all the stonework. A lot of my family didn't survive the Second World War. But yeah.
Cool.
Still able to make that.
The attention to detail.
Yeah, yeah. And that's all wiped out. Literally the people that were able to make it and the buildings, although the Blue Bridge is still there. So now we get here, they started breaking it down. The really old, this is gone now. I was trying to find some, oh, gone. This was on the crowning of Beatrix when she became queen. This was in 1980. This is on the Blue Bridge. We fought that day because there were still a lot of people that had survived the Second World War and knew that the monarchs sitting on the throne are actually illegal on the place. They left the country. They deserted the country, and then also yeah, it's just not right. This is what is now in place. This is the Stopra, and the municipality is on that side, and this is the Stopra. The ballet and the opera is now instead of all the other beautiful buildings. And the blue bridge by night. Give it some blue light to make it the blue bridge. And some more photos. Yeah. Yeah. You remember the one building, I think I put it back here. Yeah, this building, what I said, the first social housing. This day, they rode a tank. This day, early morning, a military tank. They came with a military tank to drive into this house because it was being squatted. And there were so many empty houses and so many people looking for a house. No, and we still have the same problem. This is Amsterdam. We still have the same problem. All the big houses here, they're mainly empty. Here you can see the Stopra. All the big old houses, they're mainly empty. They're like either offices or there are investments from foreigners. So yeah, and here you have this is the Rijksmuseum. So yeah, I think this is the last picture. Yes, it is.
Wow.
That was it.
Woo! Well, we've got to 51 minutes, but I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
I hope you did enjoy that. Yeah.
Do you think then that Amsterdam has been built up? The actual city itself is all built like can't think of the other place now. Yeah, Venice.
On water. I'm not sure because the first records that have been written down about Amsterdam are the 13th century. Wonder who came in that time. I mean, you know, in the 13th century, a lot of places were taken over. Close to the Dam Square, there was in the, I think, late 60s, a hotel got burned down, and they found, I think I told it in the first presentation, a foundation was found that went so deep that they had no records of that. So they closed it because they didn't fit the history. So
has it made you think, like, well, I know even more now, or does it surprise you looking up all this stuff?
No. This was mainly all stuff that I knew. I found a few more things, but I did inspire a friend of mine. She went out and found already Tartarian buildings and made some photos. So yeah, I want to get out and actually photograph what I know and what is very interesting. To show before it's all gone, because
people don't realize Miriam she changed people's lives when she came on a hangout last year at some time. I can't remember quite how long ago it was, and showed with her own pictures that the roads went into the sea.
Oh yeah, and you can't find it anymore because they really literally covered it up with sand and created a whole new nature reservoir there. Because you have the normal pier and then you have these in that particular corner, and it's going into a complete different direction. It actually points into the direction of the island Friesland, but that's a little bit further past England, I guess. I don't know. Looked more like it was going into Doggerland.
Do you think Doggerland bit was a bit more like we joined to you and it was a causeway there, but the seas didn't meet?
I think so. I think we had.
I don't think it was all around England and it was this great big. But obviously with your pictures, we joined Holland.
Yeah, And I think also a world that we had before, um, it was not all this power hunger people as they want us to
Fighting.
believe, you know, and fighting and having
It was
war.
about looking after the people and it trundling
Yeah.
along.
And
And
good. Imagine you just go out and you can just eat the fruits that you find on the way. You don't need to worry about the roof over your head.
they were
And
looking after the people because the castles were storing all the goods.
mm,
They
yeah,
weren't
it was only
fighting, they were
when
storing goods.
yeah, it was only when they started with their greed and starting plundering all these beautiful paradise places and colonizing them and stealing everything away, not just the goods, but also even the people, the beautiful women, everything. It's just, oh. And then there is more land that we don't know of as well, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you take the globe, then why is on the other side of the globe all water? If it is just stretched out, aren't there more islands?
Well, I said this before. The UN are using a map, and on that they've got this grid thing, which is kind of like a Union Jack.
Mm,
And so they know that we're on some kind of star map. And then one of the legs is South America, one of them is Africa, one of them is Australia, and the other one is the Pitcairn Islands. But there's a great big bit of sea there with nothing in it.
yeah, no, exactly. And there's a lot of um, all these massive ruins that they have found in at the bottom of oceans. Also somewhere at the coast of Japan, these incredible big constructions like pyramid size, even bigger.
Well, I found like in Miami, sorry, at the bottom of Florida, this it wasn't she was just a lady talking. They basically said they found a bit of a forest out about 20, 30 miles out in the sea. And she just said sometimes the land changes, water comes, water goes.
Mm, yeah, I don't know.
Tsunamis would, like it's going to leave where it's been and then it's going to go somewhere else. So if that's happening a few times, it's going to completely change the environment.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And also the massive deforestation, not just the small trees that we see they've built these houses with and all these shit.
I mean, I
But
had a hangout with our melted reality, as you know.
yeah,
I mean, all that's been burnt by heat. So what went on? And then, it used that fort he went to used to be in water, and it isn't now.
yeah. Now we have lots and lots of questions. Anyway, the history books are not what they said. They're very different from the reality.
They are,
Um,
Miriam. They are. Anyway, we've
yeah,
done an hour nearly. Do you want to
yeah,
stop?
yeah, let's do that. And then because otherwise it's dragging on and
Hey,
not being
Miriam.
able to
Everybody
conclude
likes
long.
watching a bit of Miriam.
Mm.
We want part 4 now.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Anyway, for this hangout, thank you
yeah.
so much for. And you're a historian now, not just an astrologer.
Okay. Well, I would like to do also a hangout on what is going on with the modern planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, because I don't use them in my astrology and for a reason. And I think that's also quite nice to um,
We
get,
can do that
get
if you want
involved in
to.
that. Hmm?
We can have a hangout about that if you want to.
Yeah, I think that would be very nice.
Or I wouldn't mind you showing a bit more of your dad's book.
Oh, that would be very nice as well. Yeah, I've got now a printer so I can, let me see. Oh, I've got it laying here. So, yeah, I can show it there. And yeah, no, this has beautiful, it has all the different old boards as well. Well, he got all the images from the archives. So I could dive into the archives myself and get in there. But yeah, it's very nice. You know, I've got also, let me see, I can show you something really funny. Let me see here. Let me go in there. Oh, web stuff. I've got a little old film from, let me see where I go. See, I've got lots of material to show you. Here we go. I don't think we are able to, this is quite funny. I don't think we are able to
Show it.
get the sound of it.
Right.
Oh, wait, I need to screen share, I guess, again.
Sorry, my dog's going loopy in the background now because my daughter must be taking her out for a walk. So Floss is a little dog, but she's having kittens.
Okay, this is Amsterdam, 1922. Let me just show you. Can you see it?
1 second, it says Star Connections is presenting. So 1 second. Oh. Yeah, it's there now.
Okay, I'll just switch off the sound of this film. But this is, yeah, it's quite cute. Well, it's a bit long. It's how many? It's 10 minutes. But yeah, this was Amsterdam, 1922. It's so nice to see all these people. Yeah, I'm just gonna go a little bit further.
Wouldn't you like? Were you free or were you some slave?
That's so cute. Dancing on the street. Let me see. You see here already these houses. It's quite incredible. But yeah. Here also the trams. It's quite an art to go off the tram rails because when you get stuck with your bicycle wheel, you know, you get on the floor. You fall hard. But yeah.
Me and Mickey did a video on penny farthings. We think they were race bikes.
Oh, nice.
You know, you weren't finding hundreds and hundreds of people riding them because if you hit a stone or something, it'd fling you off.
Right. Oh, that is heavy. Yeah. Those are these bicycles with one big wheel and a small wheel. I switch it off again. I mean, it's just, yeah, it was just an,
well, thanks for showing us that. It's always nice when you see older stuff of where you were.
All right. Let's say bye and then we'll do something.
Okay, for the hangout, but I'll say goodbye to you afterwards, Miriam. But we'll say goodbye on the hangouts. Thank you so much for your intriguing journey through Amsterdam.
That was my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, Miriam's put all that together and we've done part 3.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miriam, my chat room.
Bye-bye.